are.
Had all the time in the world on this play, Danny. He could have made himself a sandwich while he was waiting for the ball.
Always back to the food, Peter.
What's going on, YouTube? Wild Lion Games here. Madden 25 has been out for a week, and it marks another year where fans are disappointed of the game. I've even seen Ultimate Team fans on Twitter upset with the quality of the game, which to me says something because that's Madden's bread and butter. I've covered it in my review, and so have countless others, but the exclusive agreement between the NFL and EA needs to stop, and we need to have competition again. It's not enough that Madden 25 is just marginally better than 24, because 24 is just marginally better than 23. Just because it's slightly better doesn't mean that it's a good game, and Madden hasn't been good in over a decade. There was a major decline in quality in the jump from the 6th generation of consoles to the 7th generation, and EA has just never caught up to itself. And now, in the 9th generation of consoles, EA and Madden have somehow managed to be even further behind than they once were. So this video is to help promote competition, hashtag bring back NFL 2K. If you want a fun NFL game with a good franchise mode among other features that aren't buggy and won't cheat you and don't have bullshit cutscenes that you have to watch, then check out 10 things ESPN 2K5 does that Madden doesn't. Number 1. The VIP system in NFL 2K5 is a feature that tracks all of your data as a user profile. Think of it as a modern day next-gen stats that the real-life NFL uses. In VIP, you can view information like your overall record, pass yards, rush yards, touchdowns, interceptions thrown, points allowed per game, all that stuff. But the system actually goes even further that allows you to view your profile's play calling distribution percentage of run plays versus pass plays called. And you can dive even deeper when those run plays are called of what percentage of those runs are to the left, to the right, or to the middle. Passing is broken up into a 9-block grid where you can view individual passing stats for each grid and look at the distribution of the ball. And VIP continues to go deeper, where we get to see the most common formations run, how often you're using audibles, what type of plays are run out of the different formations that you're using. And the beauty of this is you can see this VIP information for all of the CPU head coaches. And while it doesn't break down their play calling tendencies exactly like it does for you personally, it does give you insights for the type of offense they run, and you can view all of their key stats and top performers on offense and defense. All of that being said brings me to number 2 is game planning and preparation in franchise mode. Creating a game plan based on real information is something you do in real life, and 2K5 brings that real life aspect to the video game world. Unlike Madden 25, where you have to waste 60 seconds watching a boring cutscene with poor animations that give you an arbitrary goal for the week that it pulled out of a hat. The game planning feature in 2K5 gives the user full control of how they want to approach the week, and being able to view key stats for your team and your upcoming opponent, such as run success, pass success, key players on offense and defense, coaching strategy, and much more. So when I read that my DBs might struggle against Marvin Harrison, I can then head into practice and start scheduling my DBs to watch tape on Monday of route combinations. And in the middle of the week, I might have them run some position-specific drills, and then I can also schedule media press conference and set the tone of how I want to approach the week, what questions I will and won't answer, and what sort of mood I'm in. And, with the Jags being 0-3, I'm going to be disappointed but focused when talking to the media. I'm not going to take questions about the game. And then at the end of the week, I can view a breakdown of not only the team morale and team focus for before and after, but also any changes in stats or updates in injury with position groups and individual players. These are the types of things we're looking for in Madden that they just haven't provided us yet at any point in franchise mode. I can get advice from my scouting report and spend the practice week focusing heavy on my DBs and pass defense and my defensive line and pursuit angles, and have them watch lots and lots of tape based on the information that was provided to me. None of this is possible in Madden 25 because it's just cutscenes that their programming is generating and giving you random stats like, your goal is to force a fumble this week or cause one of the left guards to give up a sack for the week. I mean, those aren't true scouting reports. That's actually not game planning for a game. But in 2K5, as you can see, you can view reports for your opponents and then adjust how you prepare for the week to a better plan for your team to be in good position on Sunday. Number 3 is custom celebrations. Now, there are celebrations in Madden, but 2K5 has customizable celebration slots. If you don't like the celebration options you have available to you, swap them out with another one you like. Maybe doing the robot isn't your style and you want to spike the football or quiet the crowd instead. You can load any 4 celebrations you like into the slots when you score a touchdown and personalize the way you like to celebrate. The crib. The crib in ESPN 2K5 was one of the more unique features of the game, and to this day still one of the more unique features in sports video games. It was an interactive house that you could customize with new floors, tiles, wall color, and you could even furnish it. You started off with bare bones furniture like this tiny TV to watch ESPN highlight tapes on, and your coffee table was just like a piece of plywood resting on cinder blocks. But through various catalogs, you could buy new furniture like an updated couch, or bar lights, or upgrade that TV in the film room. You could even buy a dartboard, and when you bought a dartboard or an air hockey table, you could actually play air hockey and play darts. You earn credits by completing milestones within the game, such as throwing a touchdown, reaching 100 yards rushing, a defensive turnover, and so on. And at the end of each game, you would receive credits based on your performance, and then you would use those credits to purchase items and upgrade your crib from the catalog. Another room in the crib was the trophy room, where you could show off all the things you've accomplished in various modes in 2K5. So number 5 is the trophy room. This held all your accomplishments from single game records to season-long records and major feats within franchise mode itself. In-game unlockables. In the game, you can unlock new stadiums to play in after you beat celebrity teams or completing other tasks that can unlock future Super Bowl stadiums. If you hear the phone ring, pick it up because it could be a celebrity calling you. In ESPN 2K5, you could be randomly challenged by celebrities like Steve-O, Carmen Electra, and even Funkmaster Flex. And when you play these games, you get to unlock stadiums and the teams that they use, and so now you can play with the teams that those celebrities use. And even beyond unlocking stadiums and teams, you can even unlock new celebrations to add to your customizable celebration arsenal. In-game unlockables are a thing of the past for a lot of games since now we have microtransactions. But before, you could unlock teams to play with by completing various milestones in the game instead of having to purchase them. Presentation. By now, if you haven't heard of the GOAT status that is NFL 2K5's presentation, then I can only assume you're 8 years old or live under a rock. 2K Sports set the bar for broadcast presentation in sports video games back in 2004, and at least on the football side of things, we've never seen anything come close to what 2K5 offered. And yes, there are the infamous and obvious presentation moments everyone knows, like the pre-game and halftime post-game shows, the weekly ESPN Sports Center broadcast, the post-game player interviews, but it's also just the special details within the presentation that change throughout the season when you're in franchise mode, like how the commentary changes for Monday Night Football, or how on Christmas Eve, Chris Berman points out that it's almost Christmas time.
Hi, it's week 16 and another typically wild season of the NFL. Ho, ho, ho! The stockings are hung by the chimney with care. But which teams are going to find a playoff berth in their stocking? Which ones will find the dreaded cold? We'll see, but first, an interesting late-season matchup for you on ESPN. Packers, Vikings, now!
NFL historic matchups. You want to relive the drive as a Broncos fan? Well, in NFL 2K5, you can, among 24 other NFL scenarios from its long-standing history, like the Ice Bowl and below freezing temps, or maybe you want to recreate that Philadelphia Eagles' infamous 4th and 26 conversion against the Green Bay Packers to force overtime and go on to win the divisional round of the playoffs. I would love it if we had these possibilities now to replay famous NFL moments like the helmet catch and the Giants and Patriots Super Bowl, or maybe even the Minneapolis Miracle, or how about reliving that Beastquake run from Marshawn Lynch to help the Seahawks secure a win against the Saints. This is the type of excitement that EA and Madden have been robbing us for more than a decade now. First-person football. I'm always shocked to see how many people love this game mode, but man, gamers really do love first-person football. It's a unique perspective to play 2K5, where you're actually inside the helmet of whichever player you choose to control. The pre-game intro even adjusts to be where you just see yourself running out of the tunnel, you're getting hyped with your teammates before kickoff, and it's definitely a difficult way to play the game, but it's an immersive one for sure. Custom stadium sounds. So I haven't figured out how to do this yet on the computer mod of the game, but back on the old Xbox consoles when you could rip CDs into the Xbox hard drive, you could actually use those custom songs in ESPN 2K5 and then set them up to play during, first down conversions, or your defense is trying to get a third down stop. They can play at the intro of a game, they can play after a touchdown, they can play at the end of a game, and you can actually go in and customize what sections of the song are played for these various moments. I mean, custom stadium sounds can really elevate the game and add some real life atmosphere to an old video game. So with all that being said, it's been 20 years since the release of ESPN 2K5, and no thanks to the exclusive license between the NFL and EA Sports, we've regressed in terms of quality football games. In fact, if you want to play a quality franchise mode, you basically have to go back to that PlayStation 2 generation of consoles and play Madden 06 to 09 or 2K5. There are a few options in the 7th gen console cycle, but overall everything has been watered down. And if you want this to change, you have to take action, and taking action means not buying Madden and not accepting free giveaways on Twitter, because those are still sales from somewhere. Those accounts giving away copies, they had to acquire them from EA at some point, so somewhere in the transaction of you getting a free game, there was a unit sold. And at the end of the day, EA doesn't care if you didn't buy the game yourself, they just care that that unit was actually sold and used. And that's what they're going to use for their metrics when they're trying to re-sign deals with the NFL. So the point is just don't play Madden 25. There are plenty of other options out there, such as 2K5, and the modding community is still going strong with updated rosters and logos up to the 2024-2025 season. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and at least give it a thumbs up. Until next time, peace.